Hi, it's Wes Crow, and so I went to go shopping for specifically cat food today, and I ended up picking up a few things that I can include in a little witchy haul. I stopped by our local rock and gem store in town, and I couldn't pass up these three crystals. This one doesn't particularly look like a crystal, but it's the same thing as this. It's just this is in the raw form. So they're both. These two are both Brazilian agate. And this one right here is a small little aqua aurora. It has a little hole. I don't know if you can see that. And so I'm either going to use it as a necklace or as a pendulum. I'm not quite sure yet. This one I was just automatically drawn to because it's just beautiful. You can see that. I came back to it 3 or 4 times. I tried talking myself out of getting it, and finally at the last minute when I was at the till, I went and grabbed it because it is just absolutely gorgeous to me. And then this one, I just picked up, and I thought it's a raw form. I didn't know what it was, but I picked it up and I had to get it. It wasn't too expensive, and it turned out it was the same thing as this here. So even the store owner was like, the agate seems to be calling for you today. And then I don't know if you can see all the different... What this is, it's not a natural stone apparently. It's quartz infused with gold vapor, I guess. But it has this this shine to it, this iridescent shine to it. It's kind of pretty. So I came home and I thought, well, let's see what these mean. So the agate is supposed to be protection, strength, and harmony, specifically balancing mind, body, and spirit. And in doing so, it also offers protection, healing, and calming. Helps creativity and intellect. This also encourages courage, emotional strength, emotional confidence, and dispels fears. It apparently lessens envy by grounding yourself, and encourages acceptance of different situations and of yourself. It encourages self-examination and examination of circumstances. Eases anxiety and stress, helps in removing and releasing resentment and bitterness. Cleanse and stabilizes your auras by removing and transforming negative energies, and strengthens connection of body to the earth. So that all sounds good to me. I could definitely use some of that, and I'm thinking I'll probably just use this as a stone to hold to help balance myself and bring my everything into harmony, hopefully. I'm not 100% sure what I want to use this for yet. Still figuring that out, but it's absolutely beautiful, so it's going to be somewhere. And then the Aqua Aurora is supposed to be very good for communications of all kinds, specifically to speak and see the truth. So you can be able to speak to large crowds or small crowds better. It's supposed to help with growing and arising self-expression in a loving manner. It's supposed to help with success and abundance. It's supposed to help increase psychic skills and awareness. Telepathy. It's supposed to help with telepathy, clairvoyance, psychic healing, and bringing more intense energy to psychic efforts. It's supposed to help protect against psychic attacks. It's also supposed to help with a calm sense of clarity and help process emotional disturbances, grief, and trauma. It's supposed to help with depression, anxiety, and even your immune system, and energize and activating other crystals is supposed to be really good for too. So it kind of got a theme going on here. And then I realized when I got home that tomorrow is the full moon, and there's also a lunar eclipse. And of course, full moons are a good time to help cleanse yourself of negative thoughts and beliefs that no longer serve you. It's a height of power, so it's a good time to charge and to cleanse and charge crystals. And then the lunar eclipse is supposed to be a good time to release pent-up emotions, visualizing what you want. So there seems to be a theme going on here that I picked these up at this particular time, so it should all work out. What my plan is since tomorrow night is the technical full moon, but the lunar eclipse is this morning, I think. According to my little calendar, it's this morning. And I won't be up when the lunar eclipse happens. So I'm going to cleanse them tonight and leave them on the windowsill overnight, and probably for the next night or two while the full moon is out. Because the full moon is really more like 3 days instead of one night. So I'm going to do that tonight. I'm going to sort of show a little bit, or at least some of the steps of how I'm going to cleanse these crystals. I'm also going to cleanse this jade pendant I got from my father-in-law. So first I'm just going to run them under cold water for a little while, just to help cleanse them. Even rub any little bit of dirt or dust or whatever off of them, but also to energy-wise cleanse them as well. Just washing any built-up stuff off of it. And then I'm just going to give it a little pat. There's the cloth here. And this one, I'm scared that it's going to take some of this off, but I don't think it will. It's just going to look like it has when I first, I'm not going to rub it when I dry it, I'm just going to pat it dry. Actually, it looks really pretty just like that too. A little bit darker. So next what I'm going to do is I'm going to cleanse them through the incense smoke I have going here. And then also I have this bowl that when has sort of a nice sound to it that I like. So I'm going to put them in there afterwards. And then after that, put them on this plate of salt. So I'm going to start with this one and let the incense smoke come around it. Oh, by the way, I'm using frankincense for my incense. And there's my plate of salt. As you can see, the water didn't really affect the outside of this too much, which is good. And in case I didn't mention it with the last one, I'm ringing it 3 times just because 3 is an awesome number and it just seems to work for me. And let that sound ring out until it seems to be quiet, just to get the full effect of it on the crystal. And in the salt. And then here's a jade necklace from my father-in-law. I didn't mention before, jade is supposed to be really good with helping you get through issues you have through dream work. So that's sort of what I think I'll be using this for. I want to try and get the stone on the metal itself. I don't know why, I just do, I guess the vibration might be better. I don't know. I'm sort of all just throwing this together. It's not any sort of set ritual. It's just sort of doing what I think seems to feel right. Hopefully these will cleanse overnight. Before I go to bed in a few hours, I'll probably charge them as well a little bit, probably taking them off the salt. We'll see. I might, sorry about the train, I might just leave them on here overnight, or I might take them off in a few hours so that the lunar eclipse can have the full effect on charging them. We'll see how I feel.